Hi, and welcome to the Corporate Expat Mom Summit, the interview series that helps you do it all without burning out and thrive abroad. I'm your host, Alena Gomes Rodrigues. I'm a trauma-informed mental fitness coach for expats. And today I'm with the one and only Lonneke van den Elshout, author of a very interesting book for little expats called Me and My Big Move. So, hi, Lonneke.
Hi, thank you for the introduction.
Yeah, thank you for being here because we have so much to talk about and we just started. But together you went each with your own family in an expat adventure. And from there, you realized that it's actually very useful to start helping your kids because there were some challenges, not just for you as the adults, but you found a way how to help your kids. So this interview will be for all the moms out there, especially for moms of kids from 5 till 12, right? That was your age group.
Yep.
But let's try to work in some tips also for the moms of the little ones who are a little bit. Oh, well, this is what I love about being a parent. By helping my daughter, I always help myself. It's impossible to disconnect that. So, but maybe let's start with your own story, your expat mom story, because this is always the most fun place to go first.
We went to the US, to Seattle, like three and a half years ago. And I just moved back in September to the Netherlands. We moved and everything went really smooth, and we had lots of courses we could join, like international courses, and all the attention went to the job of my husband, international awareness training, and we were all like covered. And then we moved and everything went great with two little kids. And then I arrived and I was like, I didn't pay attention to my kids. I just grabbed their toys and their stuff, put them in a container, and we just went. And then we had Marloes, and she went to Taiwan. So Marloes was starting to draw with her kids, and when she was drawing with the children, they were starting to talk about their emotions, about how they felt, and what was they could like they made a plan by drawing. So the clue was she was missing her friends and from back home. So she said, if I have some pictures, some frames from my friends above my bed, I think it will be okay. So they made, like with washi tape, they made all these frames above the bed and some drawings. And then she was flourishing again. She was feeling happy, and it helped a lot. And it all came because of drawing. And I said, we have to do something with that. She had like 7 or 8 templates. I said, we have to do something with that. We have to bundle it so I can use it and maybe more people can use it. And that's how the idea came of the book. The attention was great with like helping the kids, talk with the kids, being together as a family, explore.
Yes. Yeah, I interviewed Lauren Wells from Third Culture Kit organization. And this is exactly what we were talking about, that it's those little events that we parents have the tendency to dismiss or overlook when our kids are struggling, and we tell them like, oh, it's okay, or just do this or that. And we try to give them advice to push them through and just go along with the process. But if those moments get stuck one upon each other, it creates a trauma and they live with it. She was saying that there's like 80% of adult TCKs, like kids who grew up being expats, they're suffering from anxiety and depression. So what I love about what you are doing, guys, is that you're actually giving some coaching tools. Those are really like therapeutic coaching tools to parents in a very simple, easy way on how to get into those topics with your children before it becomes a problem and a trauma later on.
I think we had like 15 or 20 people who joined the book as an expert. And they taught us a lot about when to start. And it's always good to start where you had. Some people say like, oh, they are flexible, the kids, they just go along, maybe a little bit like I did in the past. But to start where you had makes them able to go through the process and to say goodbye to their friends at school or at home, and to move and already like explore. We have a lot of tips like exploring your new environment, just like watch movies, watch on Google, make the adjustment when you settle in a little bit easier.
Yes, absolutely. And you were mentioning that you didn't have the book when you were moving with your children, but you used it now when you were coming back, because that reverse cultural shock was even kind of like heavier for you and your family.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so we moved back in September and everything was great. I was like, oh, the kids were lots of friends at school, and they loved their school. They didn't want to go back to Seattle, but then like after half year, it's almost like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my kid had this enormous breakdown. She didn't want to go to school. She didn't want to play. She didn't want anything. And I was like, what's happening? What's happening? Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell it. She couldn't tell it. She couldn't tell me what was wrong. And one day she was crying from 9 till 5. She was like crying. And I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I said, I have the book. I need the book. And we have this chapter about emotions and feelings. So we started working in the book. And then she was telling me, like, I have a hard time during the breaks at school, because in the US, she was entertained during the breaks. And now she was just like a kid in the open air. She has to do, whatever she wanted. And she had to make friends and play with the friends. And she was like, I don't know how it works. So we made a plan. And we made a schedule. And we draw how she could play at school. After 2 weeks, happy. She says, Mom, I love playing it during the breaks. I was like, oh. Then well, you're a happy mom as well. Huh? If you explore chapters, also keepsake chapters. So activities from the book, and also exploring and saying goodbye. Saying goodbye. I think we said goodbye in a good way in Seattle. So for me, the book was really helpful. And I haven't used the entire book, but the kids did.
Excellent.
Or my oldest, my youngest didn't. So it's also like for kids, it's not that you need to do everything from the book. It's just take what you want from it, and in the end, you have a keepsake with memories and funny stories about your journey abroad or your move.
Yeah. And what I like about this is also how resourceful you two moms were, because none of you was before a book author or a publisher or like a childhood therapist or a coach or a specialist in any way.
Not at all.
You just felt what your kids needed, and you saw the opportunity, and there you go. Not only a business started, but you were able to help your family. You were able to find the gap on the market, something that you needed that was not there. So you created it. So I'm also like, I want to highlight this aspect for any moms who are listening right now and they're stuck in their pain or in the pain of their children, and they're complaining that they don't have enough, like not enough support or not enough knowledge. Like you created that from nothing.
It's like the main purpose was being together, talk together, and create more attention, more time together, and that makes kids easier to talk and to express themselves. And that's also why it's a book and not an online version, so that you can put it on a table, work with it, and draw, glue, cut, everything.
Yeah, take it with you. It's with the less screen time, the better. And usually, I think even for me, I prefer having the real books on screen where you have millions of other things. Yeah,
and it has a lot of stickers. So we have stickers you can use with activities and postcards. And
now, if there are any moms, because this book we said it's for kids, and this approach in general is for kids from 5 to 12. That's where it works the best, because they already can talk and they can express once you get them uncorked, like once that bottle is open. What about how did you test like your resources and activities and all the good advice for younger children? So what could you advise moms of younger?
You mean below 5?
Yes, below 5.
Yeah, so I used it as well for my kid below 5, but then I, as a parent, use the book and sit next to him and do little activities. You can do all of them. We have this, for example, food plate, trying that you go to a supermarket, you buy 3 types of food and 3 types of food you don't know, and then put it on a plate, and then they have to review it. And we have the stars with stickers you can mark. So that is things we did. So to let him like explore the environment, but also the emotional parts. It's a book for the kids, but as a parent, you can use like all of the tips from our experts like indefinitely.
Yeah.
And for the 12-year-olds and older, we have like adults who bought the book and used it, and they said, oh, it's so much fun, and we have this keepsake now. But we said it's still 12 because kids of 12 years and older, they have different interests, like more online game wise. And so the most engaged group to us is like the 5 till 12.
Understand. Yeah. And what I like about what you're mentioning also is that you basically are collecting all that advice and those game ideas so that moms can, like, they don't have to waste that time. Because I know that when my daughter was small and I was trying to like keep her engaged and help her learn and adapt to changes and transitions in her young life, like it always took so much time to do that research and to make sure I'm not missing anything or that the game is fun. So what I like about you guys with Marloes is that you're putting it together so that it's in one place, and when you need it, you just go and grab it. So that's perfect.
And the fun thing is that the kids, if the kids are engaged with the book, just they come to you, say, Mom, what should I do with this space? Can we fill it in together? Or can we do this game? Can we go outside and walk? So the kids are as well encouraged to do things with their with their emotions. And as a parent, you're like, oh, that's a good thing that you're like, your kid is now bringing you the tools instead of the parents looking on the internet for the tools.
Yeah. And they're driving the engagement. When they are ready for it, they come to you. This is the ideal situation. Yes.
Yeah, and we have this chapters, we say it's go through the rainbow. So it has all the colors, and it starts before you move and then when you leave. So the kids are like, oh, which page can we work? And we have a keep track, so they can sticker what they did. So they are more engaged by adding all the stickers. So I did this page, and so they work through the book in every stage. So you can pick a stage and then work on that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And I really want to emphasize that it's not just the book, all the resources that you're providing, there's much more than that. So let's help moms now who are looking for that free gift, because they are hoping that there will be some goodies in there, because we spent so much time talking about the book. So tell us about that free gift, please, Lonneke.
Yeah, so we already have, like, every month we make a freebie. So you can already see them on our website, and you can just download them, free to get access to. And for the freebie, we are making a new mini guidebook. And that's actually the Me and My Big Move, but then in a really small version. So we have this timeline with all the chapters. And from every chapter, we take one game, maybe two, and then a tip from us, of our experts, and a quote from a little mover who already did the move. So, and we are going to combine that in like a mini version of the real version.
Fantastic. So if you want to get that, just go and click the button below this interview. Lonneke, where can moms find more about you and all the good stuff that you're doing in Me and My Big Move? Where would you send them?
To our website. We have a website, www.meandmybigmove.com, and if you do /freebie, you get all the freebies. There's like a lot of games and activities. There's also a mini video about the book where you can go through each page, so you can find information. And you can always email us. We love to hear from moms and little movers, how it worked, where they struggled with, what came out good, because we can always like learn and experience from other little movers and moms.
With the feedback and more ideas. What a fantastic mission. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you, Lonneke. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and good luck with the summit.
Thank you. Good luck with the little movers. Bye.